Same day. I'm just smaller. We were on day 2. Give me a second. There may be interruptions, but friend or foe? A second question we need to ask about Jesus is whether he's truly a friend or a foe. When people read the Bible, they often look at stories in the Old Testament. I need to keep my mic closer to my mouth. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Technical difficulty. We look at God in the Old Testament exacting punishments on a group of people and assume that he is a vengeful and judgmental God, or they compare him to the deities in other religions, like the Greek gods, and assume that he is just like them, petty, jealous, ill-tempered, bitter, and unstable. As you know, it can be difficult to judge what someone is like just from the outside appearances. When you meet someone, it's always a calculation process as you guess what he or she is like, and then test your assumptions as you get to know the person. The same can be true about Jesus. When you hear about him, you may wonder how he is going to respond to you. Is he going to greet you with a smile? Is he going to be happy to talk with you? Or will he just be disappointed in you because of the mistakes of your past? Jesus answered this question for us in the story told in Luke 19, verses 1 through 9. Jesus is passing through the town of Jericho when he sees a guy named Zach up in a tree. Zach was a tax collector, a position that was despised by the Jewish people because tax collectors worked for the hated Roman Empire. Zach was also wealthy, and it's clear that he had received much of his riches by cheating fellow citizens out of their money. So Zach was hated on many levels. Jesus looked past what the general population thought of this man and reached out to him. Zach, he said, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today. Verse 5. In that culture, to eat at someone's house was a sign of honor, prompting people to exclaim, He has gone to be the guest of a sinner. Stop pushing me. Jesus was often accused in a negative way of being a friend of sinners. You can see this in Luke 5, verse 30, but it was the title that he seemed to embrace. He don't judge like that. Jesus said it's not healthy. It's not the healthy who needs a doctor, but the sick. Mark 2, verse 17. It was the sinners whom he sought out while on the earth, and the people who recognized that they needed him. He was a friend to people who didn't get friendships, and he was the one who reached out and touched those who others weren't willing to touch, and their lives were changed forever. Jesus does the same today. That's another way to look at if a Christian is good, the way they treat other people. Honestly. Never mind, I was going to say something, but it's off topic. Jesus does the same today, and this is good news for us because, as Paul states, all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Each of us, like sheep, have gone astray. This is in Isaiah. I keep moving my mic. This is in Isaiah. It's my first time teaching. Be nice. We are all sinners in need of a friend like Jesus. He is still in the business of healing the sick, and he wants to be your friend, not your enemy. Stop pushing me! What circumstances have shown you that Jesus wants to meet with you? If you don't know Jesus, what does it mean to you to know that Jesus wants to be your friend, to be in your life? What are some things that have gotten in the way of you getting to know Jesus better? How could you remove those barriers to meet him? Who are some of the people you have met because of your friendship with Jesus, if you have a friendship with him yet? And how does Jesus want you to respond and interact with those individuals? My goodness gracious. You won't stop kicking me. Luke 19, verse 1 to 9.
He entered Jericho and was passing through. And behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was rich. And he was seeking to see who Jesus was, but on account of the crowd he could not, because he was small in stature. So he ran on ahead and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was about to pass that way. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and said to him, Zacchaeus, hurry and come down, for I must stay at your house today.
I'm actually gonna play 1 to 10 because what?
So he hurried and came down, and received him joyfully. And when they saw it, they all grumbled, "He has gone in to be the guest of a man who is a sinner." And Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, "Behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor, and if I have defrauded anyone of anything, I restore it fourfold." And Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, since he also is a son of Abraham. And the Pharisees and their scribes grumbled at his disciples, saying, "Why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?"
I did not tell you to play all that. Okay.